Have you given up on love? If so, why? Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy. Thanks. Story 1. I haven't given up on love, but I doubt I will ever love again. After 53 years and so many attempts that ended in tears, I don't think I will ever have that chance again for a variety of reasons. I spend times just trying to come to terms that I will die alone someday. Story 2. I'm not capable of giving someone my all, and I enjoy my time alone more than anything. To failed marriages later, we chillin'. Story 3. To me, the price I have to pay if I want to be in a relationship is I have to be vulnerable. And at some level I just don't want to get hurt that bad again. I accept this and have family, friends, work, hobbies, and things to look forward to. So while I wouldn't say I have given up on love, I'm not looking for it and would be very wary of any new situation. Story 5. Yes, because I'm tired. Tired of going out to find someone to love. Tired of getting to know a new person and being comfortable enough to fall in love. Tired of learning new things about this new person and whether we are compatible. Tired of meeting each other's families and getting to know a whole new bunch of people. Being single may be lonely, but I won't be exhausted. Story 7. Let's just say that the odds are so far against it that it's not even funny. I'm about to turn 40. I've never had a girlfriend. I'm a virgin. I can't even make friends. Those facts alone combine into a complete and utter deal breaker for practically everyone. Now, the complete lack of social skills, the severe emotional trauma, the terrible teeth, and I feel like I'm realistically more likely to win a Nobel Prize than be in a relationship. At 51, I'm done. I'm not interested at all in trying to find another life partner. I dated a lot before I met my good man. I have entertaining hobbies and a tiny group of friends and family for my limited social needs, and I'm good. Relationships are work and a level of commitment I'm unwilling to put in. Unfortunately, I didn't realize until very late, and then I ended it. It's too much of a risk to meet someone again, as these type of people are very manipulative and you don't realize the cruelty they are capable of until you are trauma bonded. It's not easier being single, but it's a lot less heartache. I thank my lucky stars every day that I got out. Story 11. On romantic love, yes. I have so many social aversions and require so much space that I'm neither capable or interested to nurture such a relationship. I'm happier and more functional on my own. Story 12. Just the search. Honestly, I haven't lost all hope. It's out there somewhere waiting to fuck my life right up again. Story 13. Gotta be honest, pretty much have. The last person I loved romantically found just about every way to put me down and reject me, all the while pulling me back and repeatedly. It was not worth it. I'm going solo, but still kind of hoping for miracle. I like me. Story 14. I just don't really care about it. I don't need someone else to make me feel complete or whole. I can and have done that by myself. Love and marriage isn't everyone's goal in life. Story 15. Yes. I think I'll just end up that witch who lives in the woods with animals that only comes into town to buy things and will hiss at you for talking to me then run away. Why? 'Cause the last guy I made serious plans with and fell for suddenly decided to ghost me. Story 16. I don't really know how to put this, so I'll try my best. I once made a friend at church and I had talked with her brother before. Cool dude would say one of my best friends. At some point I talked to his older sister and we really hit it off for about 8 months. We had no real attraction to each other, so nothing really happened. Near the beginning she had to go up on stage and tell something that traumatized her as I sat back in the tech booth. I was going through a lot of depression no one has known about and was going to kill myself the next day. After I heard it from her, as she was bawling her eyes out, I had this overwhelming feeling to help people even if it meant sacrificing myself. After a while we developed that attraction. It was a feeling like no other and it only got better. But after a lot of opening up about each other she needed help and couldn't take it anymore, so we told our parents. Needless to say, they were not happy, but couldn't do anything about these feelings. Boundaries were set and we were done. For my birthday her brother, and her mom took me to see Howl's Moving Castle, and at this point we had fallen in love for about 2 months and just wanted to stay together forever. When we got back to her house, all we did was sit next to each other the entire time. I was so happy to spend the entire day with her. The next day during school, I got a text from her mother that told me that all the things that I had done to help her made her worse. For the rest of the day my brain was in shambles, realizing that the entire reason I was alive got worse because of me. When someone reached out to me, I opened a lot hoping that they had advice. They told my secrets to everyone I didn't want to know. I just lost everything in a span of not even 12 hours. I don't know why I typed all this, I think in just upset. Anyway, if you read all this, sorry to annoy you. Story 17. The people I'm attracted to aren't attracted to me. I guess I'd rather be alone than with someone I'm not attracted to. Story 18. Not given up, but tapered my beliefs of love from seeing it as some idealistic, unconditional thing I need to receive from other people to more rational and realistic expectations based on tangible circumstances, starting with breaking down myself into individual pieces that can receive love through my own actions. Like my body receives love from me working out. My heart or soul receives love from me doing activities I enjoy. My brain receives love by keeping it in good mental health and doing brain exercises, etc. This way I can give myself positive feedback and not desperately try to outsource love to someone else that will honestly never care about me as much as I can. Secondly, realize most people will only be able to love you conditionally and for what you represent in their lives. This say you stop taking it personal and making delusions about it. You just think, okay, I'm not offering what this person wants in order to give me love, it's not personal, so I'll stop wasting time now and go back to step 1, which is what I can control. Life is meant to be lived and experienced. It's not about waiting for someone else to trigger dopamine hits to your brain that you try and rationalize are of some bigger importance to the point in grand scheme of things. So much so that you actively cripple yourself if you don't get them. That's acting like an addict that's lost control of their senses. Story 20. Yes. Grew up with textbook view of what love would be like. Reality hit me differently. Story 21. Given up on love as I am the only one loving, the others just need me. When they're done, they push me away. Story 22. I have 54, live alone, WFH, and AMP, don't really have any hobbies and such that would provide opportunities to meet men. Plus, I'm kinda standoffish, and AMP, awkward as heck around new people. I am lonely sometimes and do try as best I can, but I think most don't find me interesting or attractive enough to consider a romantic relationship with me. Story 24. I will never. Story 25. Narcissistic abuse has altered my outlook on relationships. But never say never, right? Story 26. Love might distract me from my mission of fighting crime and pushing back the heady frontiers of scientific research. Story 27. Love is something that happens to other people. I worked on it and myself for 8 years. Long enough for people to stop saying, "Don't worry, you're still young," and start saying, "What, you think you're entitled to a woman's attention?" I think the only way you win a game where the odds are stacked against you is not to play at all. Story 29. My last for love interests either cheated or found a girlfriend. It's left me believing I'm just not a person who can be romantically loved. Story 30. Autism. I'll probably die alone without having someone that really understands me and the inner dialogue I have such a hard time expressing. And the emotional impedance mismatch makes forming new relationships more difficult as I get older. Story 32. Oh no. Even if I have disagreements with my wife, my baby girl will be there to kick our asses back to reality, and I love her too much to think twice about giving up my life for her benefit. And I think, just like my parents, in another 2 decades or whatever there will be a grandchild who keeps that momentum going. So the answer is no way. Having to get to know new people, putting my heart out there without knowing if I'll succeed this time, so tiring. I'm learning more about myself in therapy, and I've seen ladies' heads turn when I speak. I've been told I have a nice voice, but chasing a lady is so much work for so little payoff. Never had a girlfriend before too, and I'm hitting 40 soon. Each new lady is a learning experience, but it's also incredibly draining. Sometimes I just want to curl up on my bed and ignore the whole world. Story 35. Too old. Too ugly. Too poor. Story 36. People say they love you, but then they leave. And they never even tried to say what was wrong, what was missing, what they needed from you that they didn't receive, or if you were asking too much of them. People don't communicate enough. I'll probably regret typing this 5 years later, but IDC, it's Reddit after all. I didn't give up. Basically, I keep all the love thing down because I don't think I'm mature enough as a person to start a relationship of that sort. Especially considering that I'm a little bit of a sociophobe with a really bad addiction I have to beat first. Story 39. Not given up but trying to reconcile with the fact that I'll probably die alone. I've tried dating apps, but it's mostly guys wanting sex and not much else in terms of emotions. It's hard and honestly I cry myself to sleep most nights, but it is what it is. Story 40. I was anti-socialized from the ages 12 to 22 and have severe social anxiety. It's hard to meet people when you're terrified of them. Story 41. Tried a few times, did not work. Now I'd just rather chill with my friends and family, and live a happy and fulfilled life. Edit, as few of you have asked, and some if you already answered about all the names containing ad in the name. They are auto-generated names. Story 42. I'm aromantic. I've never felt or understood romantic love. Story 43. I had a big love. It didn't work out. Now I live a truly beautiful life alone and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I just spent the weekend with my friend, her toddler, new puppy and failing marriage, and when I got home I nearly cried with the feeling of gratitude for my peaceful life. Story 44. I find the idea behind this question kinda flawed, and I think that's the problem with our general understanding of the concept of love, which is why, in a way, I've given up on it, at least for the time being. The Greeks used to understand the concept of love very differently. To them, eros, romantic love, was just one form of love. Other forms of love were philia, friendship, storge, family, agape, altruism, and philosia, self-love. I once saw a TikToker postulate the crazy theory that the individualistic spirit of capitalism urged us to uphold romantic love as the truest form of love, and disregard the love for community or family, either natural or chosen, as less important. I think this is a disservice to human development. Same thing with self-love. I think the reason it's so difficult to really love ourselves is because we don't really consider self-love as a genuine form of love. We think it's a means to an end. If I love myself, maybe I'll become lovable. And we even encourage that belief with the whole no one will love you if you don't first love yourself, which again puts romantic love on this pedestal to strive for. I feel like for a very long time I used to only chase after eros, even though all other forms of love in my life were just as, if not more important than romantic love. And I think that's the reason why I no longer do. I have a lot of love to give, but I don't really see romantic love as a priority in my life right now. I've also seen a lot of examples of how not healthy romantic love can be, ranging from codependent relationships to cheating and lies to toxic, abusive partners to even my own toxicity and fear of abandonment. I think giving up on eros to focus on other forms of love that are also important doesn't mean giving up on love.